surprising that both coaches have rested and rotated players here. Portugal are without Pepe through suspension, so Jose Fonte is recalled, along with Cedric Suarez, William Carvalho, Andre Gomez and Adrian Silva. Chile have Gary Medel fit again, so they're at full strength. The other recalled players there are Bosajor, Hernandez and Marcelo Diaz.
Good luck. All the best.
Chile have a large following in Russia. They're talking of 2,000 travelling fans just for this tournament. They're not absolutely certain of their place at next year's World Cup finals, but they should make it. Temperatures have been in the low 20s today. It's going to be warmer still down in Sochi for the other semi-final tomorrow, maybe 7 or 8 degrees warmer. Thunderstorms forecast down there tomorrow. Confirmation of the lineups, and that's as strong as Chile get. We expect them to play this midfield diamond, which, quite apart from anything else, enables Arturo Vidal to press from his advanced midfield position and try to put the opposition under pressure. Glenn Hoddle is alongside me, and as much as one can judge pre-match, these are two teams that look better without the ball than without, better with the ball than without it.
Definitely, Clive. Yeah, they've got an offensive look about them. Fullbacks want to get forward, and you look at the 4 centre-backs there and you think, well, you can really get at them. But I'm looking forward to it. I think the tournament really is starting. 2 quality teams. I've got to say that Portugal, I would imagine they'll be looking to put plenty of crosses in there with Ronaldo and Andre Silva. Their aerial prowess is much above the defence of Chile. So let's look for that, but I think it's going to be technically a really good game.
Claudio Bravo in goal for Chile. Up towards Alexis Sanchez. Cedric Suarez of Southampton is the Portuguese right back. Bravo was culpable for the Australian goal at the weekend with that kind of pass out, but that is the policy. He's only following orders. Play the ball along the ground, through the field, whenever possible.
He's just got to try and play it how he would want to receive it. If he was an outfield player, sometimes I don't feel he understands that quite. Even then, he played a ball with the midfield player with his back to goal square, and he's put it into the ground. It's bobbled in there. He's got to appreciate how he wants to receive it.
Everybody closed down. Bravo was forced to go long. Marcelo Diaz to Mauricio Isla. Turned away by Bruno Alves. Andre Silva to Adrien Silva, and here's Bernardo Silva. It's an elusive run, and this is Andre Gomez, and it's straight at Claudio Bravo.
He didn't quite catch it right, did he? He popped up into a beautiful position. He's come off his left-hand side and just got in there, in behind the Chilean midfield players, but couldn't get the strike how he wanted it.
Gary Medel here limped off 6 days ago, late in the game against Germany, with what appeared to be a hamstring pull. Certainly it was a muscular injury of some kind. He missed the weekend match, but here he is in action this evening. William Carvalho looking for Andre Gomez again, stolen from him by Isla. Aranguiz, Vidal, Jean Bosajor. Vidal was at the stretch there, and Cedric Suarez was able to dispossess him. Good footwork again from Bernardo Silva. Eliseu filling in at left back for the injured Rafael Guerreiro for Portugal. Bruno Alves looking long for Andre Silva and finding him. He's a mobile, athletic young forward who's won a free kick and has just won a big money move to Milan. His first tournament.
You see him spinning behind there, the Chilean back four. This is the shot from Gomez. Didn't catch it at all, did he? But dangerous position he popped up into. But Andre Silva getting a great free kick for his team, turning them round, send the centre-backs up now and put Chile on the back foot.
Portugal have a real height advantage. Claudio Bravo is not the tallest goalkeeper, but he's taller than some of the defenders in front of him. Shows they forward to join the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and William Carvalho. Bruno Alves is in there too. 4 men of 6 feet plus. Delivered by Bernardo Silva, and it's found its way through to Bruno Alves. The header is from Ronaldo, but he had to generate all the power himself. He hung well, but couldn't really stretch his neck muscles to test Bravo.
Yeah, they made sure he didn't have a free header. Look, the two Chilean players have just gone up to challenge Vargas and Medal, not the biggest themselves, but making sure that Ronaldo doesn't get a free header there. But any ball in there is going to be a danger for them. You fancy that the Portuguese player will end up winning the header, but they've got to make sure they're not free headers.
And now familiar face of the Portuguese coach, Fernando Santos. 1 defeat in 23 competition internationals as the coach of Portugal.
I think that's the thing about Portugal. Since they've won the Euros, they don't have to play at their very best. And they feel that. They won the tournament for me, not playing like as the best team in the tournament, but they won it. And that gives you that belief. You haven't got to play at your very best when you've got the X factor up front in Ronaldo.
Let's not forget that the 2 Copa Americas that Chile have won in the last 2 years have both been won in goalless finals decided by penalty shootouts. The coach of Australia, Ange Postecoglou, was saying earlier this week that the mentality of a team just changes when they win a major tournament. Aranguiz fed into Alexis Sanchez. He's found Vargas, and Vargas is onside, and that's a really good stop by Rui Patricio. Vargas will probably feel he should have scored, but Rui Patricio was out and upon him very quickly. Sanchez looking for Beausejour, and it's a goal kick. Great chance.
Oh, what a chance, what a ball here from Sanchez. Look, he just comes away, plays it. It's probably just offside Vargas. It was close, but he's got to do better. He's very one-footed. That's down the left-hand channel for him. He could have took it with his left. He's let it run across his body. Look there. And that's given the extra time for Patrice to come out and close him. There it is there. If he takes it left foot, he's got options, he's got openings, but didn't really do anything, did he? Just hit it. Didn't dink it. We saw him score a goal earlier in this tournament where he just dunked it over the goalkeeper. But what a ball from Sanchez.
I think the only consolation for Vargas is that I'm pretty certain that had he found the net there, the goal would have been ruled out by video review. He was offside. Here's Andre Gomez. Eliseu. Ronaldo. He's fed it in beautifully to Andre Silva, and at the other end it's Bravo who makes a good save.
Well, I said this is going to be a quality game, and you see Sanchez's pass to Vargas. Now you see Ronaldo's little cross here, just perfect, absolutely perfect. And the game should be 1-1 if it wasn't for 2 good goalkeeping saves. But this is going to be a lively game, I'm pretty sure.
William Carvalho gets it back from Andre Silva. And he'll feel he should have scored, despite the quality of the block by Claudio Bravo. Eliseu. Well dealt with by Medel. It's an awkward ball. Coach of Chile has won, Antonio Pizzi. You wonder why he was the only one not singing the national anthem before the game. He's not Chilean. He's actually Argentine born, although he played his international football for Spain. Andre Silva has won a corner kick. Vidal in the foreground is probably as good in the air as anybody for Chile. Even he is giving away reach to the likes of William Carvalho in the background there. Adrian Silva takes. Glanced away as far as Bruno Alves. It's Andre Gomez, who did have a lot of bodies between him and his target, but got underneath it hopelessly.
Yeah, he had to take the touch, didn't he? Two Chilean defenders closing him. It needed to be nursed back to him so he could hit it first time, actually, from Alves. But again, you see, Chile dealt with the cross, dealt with the corner. A couple of times now they've managed to get their head on things.
Away by William Carvalho, giving it straight to Alexis Sanchez. Vidal on, Vargas trying to control. Free kick has already been given. It's not going to stop Vidal and Bruno Alves getting involved in some afters. He's only got one gear, Arturo Vidal, top gear. Bruno Alves, the big defender now of Glasgow Rangers, whose season begins tomorrow. They've got a Europa League match in front of a sold-out Ibrox against a team from Luxembourg, one of the 8 new signings Rangers have made in the summer, but not able to join up with them just yet. Number 2, Bruno Alves, tussling there with Arturo Vidal.
I can still picture him making that tackle at Wembley against Harry Kane around his neck.
High, wasn't it?
That's the vision I've got of him at the moment.
He'll enjoy an Old Firm game, I would think. Here he is, Bruno Alves, Andre Gomez, Cristiano Ronaldo, Eliseo. Wasn't the best to pass this to him, and Eliseo was guilty of a foul on Charles Aranguiz.
Just left him a bit short, and unlike Ronaldo, he's normally perfect on things like that, but just left him a bit short, and he's given a free kick away, and Chile can build up again. It's noted that Bravo, the last couple of goal kicks, 2 or 3 goal kicks now, they've just squeezed up Chile, and they've hit long, and they've tried to hit Vidal and get the flick on, which is unlike Chile. You expect them to build up from the back, particularly from the goal kicks, but there's a slight change there today.
Marcelo Diaz finding Aranguiz. Past a lot of Vargas. The return pass from Aranguiz actually ran for Isla here, the right back, but he couldn't quite keep it in. You're quite familiar with a couple of these Chilean internationals. Number 4 there, Mauricio Isla, and Vargas, who had the chance before.
Yeah, I've worked with them at QPR with Harry there. For about 6 months. Yeah, good lads, really good lads. Isla is a really good attacking fullback.
He's caught out of position here with Ronaldo on the ball. Held up by Hara. Ronaldo's cross forced away by Marcelo Diaz. Ronaldo again, slightly overhit this time. Ronaldo Silva couldn't grow enough.
You see Ronaldo there, he's put his foot in to make that challenge there. Took a bit of a risk there, Hara. But Ronaldo stays on his feet. But there's Vargas there who had the chance, and he scored quite a few goals for us at QPR when we were there. But he was one that missed a few as well. He could have been a sensation. The amount of chances that he created for himself. He's a really good mover off the ball. And Isla, as we saw as a back, there's that goal kick again, as I said. Normally you see them playing out from the back. Where they feel that once a team's got energy, they can press hard, Portugal. Maybe as the game goes on and as fatigue levels come in, they might want to try and pass out from the back then, but we'll have a look for that second half.
Ronaldo. Andre Silva. Andre Gomez. Jose Font. Bernardo Silva gets it back from Adrian Silva. Good passing. Ronaldo seeing plenty of the ball. This is Bernardo Silva. Eliseo can cross. Andre Gomez couldn't catch up with it. Cedric Suarez will, though. We've got to get in across. Ronaldo beaten to it by Vidal. Their paths crossed in the Champions League in April when Real Madrid put Bayern Munich out of the competition. Bad tie for Vidal. He blasted a penalty high over the crossbar in the first leg and then got sent off in the second leg, undeservedly. Ronaldo just scored the 5 goals in that tie.
Just make the point there that Vidal's playing just as in behind the 2 strikers, and there you see him. His work rate is incredible. He's ended up in the penalty area making a defensive header on Ronaldo, and that's the desire that he's got about his football game.
It was reported earlier in the week that Vidal had a bit of a chip at Ronaldo in a press conference, but apparently it was a totally incorrect translation of what he'd said.
It's always a good one, that one.
Blame the press. Here's Vidal. Slipped through towards Vargas. Good defending by Eliseo. He's got his body between player and ball.
Yeah, he did. He just squeezed in there. He read it. Just closed the gap between him and Font. And Vargas couldn't get in there. But it's a really good game, as I said. I think, you know, it's going to be difficult to see who's going to open his chances. Whoever's going to make the chances. There have been 2 great chances for either team, and the goalkeepers have come out on top on both occasions.
Only a throw-in. Aranguiz to Isla. Isla tried to go on. He might just have been bought there by Eliseo. He had a little spell in the Premier League. Both of Isla and Vargas played Premier League football for Queen's Park Rangers. So when you think that Gonzalo Hara was at West Bromwich Albion and Nottingham Forest, Gary Medel, Cardiff City, Jean Beausejour at Wigan Athletic and Birmingham City. Extraordinary what Chile have achieved with players who were largely in the second tier of their time in English football. Cedric Suarez. There is Beausejour. Pablo Hernandez to Charles Aranguiz. Hernandez. Isla. Vargas. And a kick.
Yeah, they worked it well, didn't they? Changed the play. Vargas finds himself out wide. The 2 strikers, Sanchez has gone on the left-hand side, Vargas out on the right. Their flexibility and their rotation and movement is really off the cuff in many ways, but it causes you problems.
Isla unmarked. Header away was by Ronaldo. Portugal caught sleeping. Beausejour fancies his chances. It finished up as close to the corner flag as it did to the goal.
That's a decent strike, just couldn't keep it on target. It's got right through the ball, but not sure he had the conviction and the thought process that was going to go in the top corner.
It was Alex McLeish who brought him to England after the 2010 World Cup. He played in a League Cup final for Birmingham City. Would have played in an FA Cup final for Wigan, but for injury. Jean Beausejour. He's 33 now. Andre Gomez just asked a bit too much of Andre Silva. Alexis Sanchez did well to get up, but he was in an offside position.
He was probably surprised that Bravo didn't build it up from the back again. He's hit it long and probably caught him just sneaking in behind the 2 centre-backs. But they have gone a bit longer, they must say. In free play and goal kicks, they've hit the front on regular occasions.
Pepe on the right of picture there is suspended tonight, having picked up a couple of yellow cards in the group game. I'm not sure he'll be madly missed. He's been up to his old tricks here. William Carvalho won the ball, knocked on by Adrian Silva. Chile were pretty certain it was dangerous play from William Carvalho.
It was a tough tackle, but it was a poor ball into him, actually. It was a horrible ball with your back to play as a midfield player. And there's the ball played in. He was never favourite for it, and Williams came in and just caught him. But the build-up play was a bit risky.
Hernandez did rather kick against William Carvalho. It was a tight one for the referee, who's from Iran, Ali Reza Fagani, who took charge of the Chile-Germany game here last week. Pablo Hernandez of Celta Vigo. The president of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez, has been saying in the last couple of days that he's pretty confident that Cristiano Ronaldo will stay put.
The chance there from Andre Silva. He's again a little bit like Vargas at the other end. He's just been happy to hit the ball and make contact. He hasn't really picked anything out, a corner or a little dink over the goalkeeper, and it was a fabulous ball from Ronaldo, wasn't it?
Goalless, but it shouldn't be. Ara to Aranguiz. Close and short. Sanchez. Challenged by Jose Font, who has shared a field with Alexis Sanchez as recently as April. And, West Ham were beaten 3-0 at the Emirates. Vargas. Sanchez. Confronted by Font. Bruno Alves heads away, only as far as Aranguiz. This is Isla. Beausejour. Sanchez wants it, so Sanchez gets it. Cross is dealt with by Jose Font. Early forward by Adrian Silva to Cristiano Ronaldo. Bernardo Silva free there for a moment or two. Instead, this is Adrian Silva. Now Bernardo Silva. Cross with his favourite left foot. Andre Gomes is there. Very well defended. Eliseo. Speculative. It'll come for Adrian Silva. He's a bit more considered, but not enough power.
It was a good defensive header, wasn't it, from Isla on the back post? Really brave look. He's gone up, eyes on the ball. Good defend. That's not his really forte on the back post. That's where we felt a little bit vulnerable when he was playing for QPR at the time, but he did really well there.
Andre Silva was caught quite heavily there in the build-up. He's been down for a little while now. It has been an exhausting schedule. A yellow card has been shown, perhaps with a little bit of advice from up above for Hara for that challenge. I think that the final next Sunday in St. Petersburg is another 2-hour flight. Everywhere's a long way in this country. We're in Kazan, which is the best part of 1,000 kilometers due east of Moscow, and 2 of next year's 11 World Cup cities are further east again.
You could just see Hara there. He's just gone down the back of his Achilles, isn't he? As he's laid it off with his chest. Silva, beautiful bit of skill actually to do it, but he got copped from behind, that's for sure. A nasty one, but he looks okay.
next year's World Cup finals here will actually be played in 3 separate time zones. The kick-off times next summer, UK time, are 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the group stage, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. in the knockouts. Final will be a 4 p.m. kick-off, so you'll be able to see all those games live and free-to-air on ITV and BBC. Next year's World Cup finals will be halfway through the tournament this time next year. Alexis Sanchez. Bossajor was forward ahead of him again. Marcelo Diaz. Adrian Silva. Cedric Suarez. This is Bernardo Silva, but he won't catch up with that. Claudio Bravo going long again.
He's going long, but he's going on purposely on an angle. He's trying to find Vidal, but it's not going down the centre of the pitch, down the throat of the 2 centre-backs. He's playing on a big angle there that even if they do win it, Portugal, it'll be headed out for the throw-in.
Pablo Hernandez is restored to full health. Isla. Fighting Vidal. Came off William Carvalho for Alexis Sanchez. Away by Bruno Alves. Just run away from Andre Silva, but it runs for Cristiano Ronaldo. Well challenged by Isla. This is Adrian Silva. Now Cedric Suarez.
Good tackle from Isla. He's got back Ronaldo there and slid round from the wrong side, really. And 9 times out of 10, you get a foul against you. But he's defending really well tonight.
Bossajor. Marcelo Diaz. Vidal. Foul by Andre Silva. Vidal wants to get on with it. Isla has some space. It was a good header too from Aranguiz, just fading wide of the far post.
That was great play from Vidal. He's been fouled in the middle of the midfield there in the central position. He's just got up and played a quick free kick and has caught Portugal out, and sort of half a little glimpse in header, isn't it, from Aranguiz. But lovely thinking from Vidal, getting on with it really quickly. And there you see Isla again getting forward. And for me, Diaz is really important for Chile. They don't want to stop their fullbacks getting forward, but because Portugal are playing with 2 strikers, normally people play with 1. Diaz has got to slip back in there and defend and make a 3v2. And with the ball, he's pretty well spare in there as well. So he's a real key player for Chile tonight.
5 feet 5 inch Marcelo Diaz there in the amber boots. Number 21. Drops in almost between the centre-backs at time in order to provide that protection. In the two centre-backs, Medel is 5 feet 7 and Haar is 5 feet 10.
Medel's strange. I love him as a footballer, but every time you look at him, you think to yourself, if you're the opponent, we can get at him. In the air, on the floor, every which way, but he seems to read it and get away with it.
Little legs, big brain, I think. Here's Isla. Diaz. Hernandez to Beausejour. Looking for a return from Sanchez and getting it. Beausejour's cross is a good one. Vidal tried, and Aranguiz slashed at it, really. It was an attempted overhead kick by Vidal, which maybe took it away from Vargas, but the chance came for Aranguiz.
Yeah, it did, and to be honest, look, as it comes, he's trying to cut across that. He's trying to actually take it outside the post and bring it back, but he's hit it on his shin. It hasn't caught his foot at all. Mistimed it, but I'm not sure whether the referee would have given a foul if that had gone in, but as you said, it took it off Vargas's head, but that was half a chance, more than half a chance, really, if he gets his technique right.
Bernardo Silva of Manchester City. Ronaldo denied by Aranguiz. Vidal just caught late by William Carvalho. And a yellow card is going to be shown to the big Portuguese central midfield player. Someone being linked with Manchester City in a couple of newspaper articles this week. William Carvalho, his agent is Pep Guardiola's brother.
As he goes in a little bit, just leaves something on Vidal, doesn't he? On his shoulder and down his side, and Vidal was only too happy to make it into 100% foul and gets booked for it. But he's a steady player in that central midfield player position for Portugal, isn't he? He knows how to use the ball. He knows how to shield his centre backs. Plays it really well.
Alexis Sanchez. Hooked in towards Vargas. Vidal. Isla. See tomorrow's semi-final live from Sochi here on ITV from 6:30. That's the meeting of Germany and Mexico in the second semi-final tomorrow on 6:30 on ITV. 7 o'clock kickoff. Vidal. Isla. Pablo Hernandez, Arturo Vidal. Charles Aranguiz, now Marcelo Diaz, and here's Alexis Sanchez. Just behind Aranguiz, but Sanchez will go on and pick up his own return pass off a defender.
Yeah, he almost got there, didn't he? He's just see here if he gets onto that. But he's playing out on that left-hand side a little bit too much. I'd like to see him out there, but then coming off the ball sometimes inside the fullback, in between, and give Vargas a little bit of support there. He's all right getting out there on the left-hand side, ball to his feet, but for me, he's got to get a little bit closer to the goals.
Yeah, it's a genuine midfield diamond, which means the strikers are split, really. Both playing from wide positions. Here's Ronaldo. Bernardo Silva. Cedric Suarez has got in behind Chile here, and there's a chance for Andre Gomez, and it's where it turned away very well by Aranguiz. Wasn't about to give that up either. It is a throw.
That's the beauty of the overlap there. Cedric, fantastic ball in as well there, and good defending from Aranguiz. It really was. He's got back from a midfield position, defended it well. But a simple little overlap there, just caught Chile out, and they're in behind.
Good cross on the run by a right back too. Another Portuguese throw. Andre Silva's teamed up so well with Cristiano Ronaldo in the last 10 months or so. This is Andre Gomez. Survived some handball shouts there. Marcelo Diaz gets it away. Aranguiz. Headed by Bruno Alves, falls only for Sanchez. Vargas in pursuit. Jose Font had enough at the start.
That was good work rate, wasn't it, from Vargas? Didn't want to let him turn on it, didn't want to give him an easy way out. Font got the throw in, and now his team's in the last third.
Sanchez held off by Adrian Silva. And it's a loose one though from Ronaldo. Portugal got a little fortunate. Eliseu's diagonal aimed at Ronaldo. Andre Silva just a little slow to react. Vidal, quick pass towards Sanchez. Jose Font runs it out.
That's where you don't mind him being out there on the left, if he's up against the centre-back rather than the full-back.
Not much to choose between these two with 10 minutes of the first half remaining. A game that's promised goals now needs a goal. Hernandez. Aggressive pass to Bosasur. 1-2 with Sanchez. Bosasur's cross is charged down at the expense of a corner to Chile.
Yeah, it was good play, wasn't it? Lovely first touch. And Bosasur, a little 1-2. Find themselves. They keep slowly but surely, they're just getting a bit more possession, aren't they, Chile? And they're just slowly getting in behind Portugal. But there's not much in this game. It's whoever's going to turn it on in that last third, take the one chance that might come.
Whoever passes up the opportunity to show his thigh. Alexis Sanchez. Header away is by Ronaldo. Two superstars on the field. First time they've been on the field together for over 3 years, since an El Clasico. And Sanchez was at Barcelona. Isla. Two Chile fullbacks have been really adventurous.
It's unlike Vargas there. His first touch was awful, but you see, as you say, Clive, both fullbacks pushing forward, and that's why Diaz has to sit in that middle of midfield and just play nice and disciplined for Chile. There's Medal again. You think he's got no chance of a long ball. Big centre forward up against him, and he just nudges him, just eases him away, and his team take possession. Clever.
He doesn't have a cherubic disciplinary record. He knows how to look after himself, Gary Medel. Here's Arturo Vidal in towards Alexis Sanchez, well defended by Cedric Suarez. Aranguiz couldn't quite bring it under control. William Carvalho finds Bernardo Silva. Now Andre Silva. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's beaten Isla. Ronaldo's cross deflected. Marcelo Diaz deals with it. One back by Bernardo Silva. Bruno Alves. Hasn't done as much as Bernardo Silva could do. Manchester City have paid reputedly £43 million for Bernardo Silva. He was very good against them for Monaco in the Champions League last season. Close to shore. As you're saying, he's left-footed naturally, but he does like to play from the right.
So many players in modern-day football that prefer that, don't they? Everything's inside them then. They just need a fullback to go around the outside, which we saw Cedric do there just earlier, and got a great cross in, and that can work really well. But it opens everything up. If you come inside from the right when you're left, or you're right-footed coming inside on the right, and that's the nature of modern-day football. It's the fullbacks that give you the width.
Manchester City haven't bought those yet. Here's Vidal. Down goes Pablo Hernandez. It was a foul by Bruno Alves.
Yeah, look, he's just got both hands behind him. There's no... Well, it's making it easy for the referee, isn't it? In a dangerous, it's poor defending, a dangerous position. Stay on your feet. Wait for him to miscontrol it and just nick the ball. And I mean, that's really poor defending. They're in a dangerous position now, Chile, if they can put the delivery in.
He will take it. Portugal holding that line on the edge of the 18-yard box. Aranguiz wasn't the best, was it? William Carvalho heads away.
I said the delivery had to be right, and it wasn't. So frustrating, isn't it? You get in a great position like that, and the set play taker, it's the front man.
Ronaldo slipping away from Aranguiz. Eliseu. Oh, no free kick's been given. Andre Silva managed to squeeze it across the face of goal. He felt he was being fouled. He's being shown a yellow card for dissent. It didn't look as if there was so much wrestling going on that the referee was almost bound to stop play there, but he waved it on, and Andre Silva feels that he was the wronged one. Might have been offside to start with.
Yeah, he was sort of goal side, wasn't he? And as the ball dropped there, he was the quickest back onto it, but they definitely thought that was a foul. Dangerous play, if nothing else. But he was the first one. He was alive more than any defender. He just gets onto the ball, and I think, you know, that's what he's getting booked for. Look at that. You can't speak to the referee like that nowadays, and you deserve to go in the book if you do.
His move to Milan is reputedly just £35 million. Only 21, Andre Silva. Bernardo Silva will take the corner of the results. Header on is by Andre Silva.
Good little movement, isn't it? Off the near post in that area, but he's going away from goals. He's got to get his neck round the ball, and got to be some goal from there. But a little bit of movement. As you said earlier, Clive, he really plays well with Ronaldo. They sort of got link up really well. As a unit, they know where each other are, and they're both very strong in the air.
Didn't always play right up front for Porto last season either. He can play as a 10 or come from wide, Andre Silva.
Defensively now, you see him there. He's dropping in on Diaz, and that's his responsibility to drop in there. So, in many ways, when they do win the ball, he's going to be in that position.
Aranguiz, Vidal, Isla. Turned away by Eliseo. Pablo Hernandez. Isla. Diaz. Vidal Tahara. Osajor making another forward run. Checked by Cedric Suarez. Here's Bernardo Silva. Alexis Sanchez tackling up. Play's hardly stopped. Could so easily have been 1-1 after 10 minutes, and maybe the rest of the game would have been a little different.
Be interesting to see how long the ball has been in play. And there's two good technical sides. It's much higher than some games that you see.
Players glad of a breather with this schedule. Don't forget, Portugal have had that extra recovery day. Both sides have had clear sights of each other's goals, but goalkeepers have come to the rescue when called upon. It's a fascinating contest between two contrasting sides, and at half-time in Kazan it's Portugal 0, Chile 0 to go away.
FIFA Confederations Cup is sponsored by Visa.
She's the most dangerous 15-year-old I've ever encountered.
The violence horrifies me. My heart breaks for everybody involved.
If you were somebody else, what would you think of the person that did this?
That she was manipulative, deceitful, and a monster.
Killer Women with Piers Morgan continues tomorrow at 9:15 on ITV.
The other end, surely we're going to get goals. All the facets are there.
You would expect so. I just want a little bit more quality. I've been a little bit disappointed with the actual quality of the players on the ball, with their control and their passing.
Yeah, Chile is the better team. Is playing a little bit more calmer with the ball. Portugal need to keep the ball a little bit longer and calm down, on the ball. Get a little bit more confidence.
Well, we've seen plenty of intensity. We just need a little bit more quality in front of goal in particular. Let's rejoin Glenn Hoddle and Clive Tildesley.
This time next year, we will be 2 weeks into the 2018 World Cup finals. The first knockout games in Russia are on June the 30th next year. Football season never stops anymore. The Spanish League playoffs only concluded last Saturday. The Champions League began again yesterday. Linfield have got a game in Belfast tonight. I was mentioning earlier that Ibrox will be full tomorrow night for a Europa League game. The new league season in Chile begins in 4 weeks' time, and half a dozen of this squad are still with Chilean clubs. Next next year's tournament will be the 11th World Cup staged in Europe, and 9 of the previous 10 have been won by European countries. Only Brazil back in 1958 and Sweden have managed to carry their A game across the Atlantic. I say in Europe, actually 4 games will be in Asia. Yekaterinburg is just east of the Asian-European border. It's nearly as far east as Pakistan. We spent a lot of time on aeroplanes next summer, Glenn. Bernardo Silva. Cedric Suarez, blocked by Bosashur, it runs for Claudio Bravo.
Both teams have just come out with the same shape, no difference. As the boys were saying in the studio, I think it just needs the last third. Both teams, their build-up play is not too bad. Just got to concentrate on the little things. And the last third, just calm down. I think we'll see goals.
West to east, next year's World Cup spreads its wings some 3,000 kilometres. Isla. Flags up against Vidal.
He's gone a little bit early, isn't he? As we've said there, you get Sanchez coming out on the left, Vargas goes roaming, and it's Vidal sometimes who's like the centre forward. He's the one who's down the centre of the pitch for Chile.
By Aranguiz.
Just caught his hand, isn't it? Again, that was the diagonal ball played from Bravo. So the second half, they've started just as they were in the first. I've never seen Chile not build up from the back so much. Maybe it's because of Nadal's half, I don't know, that hamstring. They're a little bit fatigued. Was this the 4th game in a short period of time for them?
10 days.
So we'll see if as the game goes on, as Portugal sort of tire a little bit, they might try to play out from the back, but they normally do it whatever, every single time, not today.
Adrian Silva finding Andre Gomez. It's a weary shot.
And he keeps getting in great positions, doesn't he? But my word, he hasn't got his shooting boots on, whether it's his left foot or his right foot today.
Yeah, the tough first season in Barcelona. It was whistled and jeered by the home fans at times. Luis Enrique stayed pretty loyal to him. Found a place for him at right back a couple of times. New coach now about to take the reins at Barcelona, Ernesto Valverde. All the indications are that Andre Gomez will stay put.
I think that's summed the game up so far. It's a lovely little position. He comes off that left wing and he just sort of pops up in a real dangerous positions, but the finishing has been awful.
Danger with games like these in the knockout stages, the longer they go, the more careful the players can become. Certainly the tighter they become. If the match goes to extra time, we'll see another of FIFA's experiments implemented. The 4th substitute would be available to the 2 coaches in extra time here this evening.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible rule, I really do. You know, players train for 90 minutes all their careers, and mostly in their league performances in their domestic leagues. And I think it's a really clever option to have an extra one, that extra half an hour that we find a lot of games going to at international level.
No news as yet. Medel to Diaz, to Bravo. Arangis. Pablo Hernandez. Ball ran quite kindly for him. He followed through and caught William Carvalho, and Pablo Hernandez is yellow carded. Two yellow cards apiece now.
William went down really early, didn't he? Laid his body down early, and Hernandez couldn't stop himself, just overrun the ball. But it was a shame because Isla was the get-out ball. They played some nice, pretty patterns at the back to get out, and the spare man was Isla, and Hernandez didn't see him.
Andre Silva. Medel caught him. Bernardo Silva, Andre Gomez, and towards Jose Font. It'll run for Bruno Alves, and he can't control it.
There's a clever little free kick, bit of disguise on it there, and Gomez, look, it's opened up. There's a mismatch on the back post, but Alves couldn't quite come in on that ball there, and his touch was poor.
Bosa short. Span Vidal. Arangis. Sanchez was at the limit there, just to get a touch on it.
Not the sort of ball he's looking for, is it? At his head, he's got his full stretch, he needs it to his feet.
Marcelo Diaz. Jean Bosa short. He's got space here. In towards Vidal! Oh, that's a good headed chance for him. He was in front of Eliseo, and he just mistimed it.
What a chance that is. He won't get a better one today. He's been great in the air in this tournament as well. He's arrived in the box there. He's above it. Oh, if he's tried to be too clever and guide it. Just got to get his head through the centre of the ball. There's a great ball in from Beausejour.
He headed the breakthrough goal against Cameroon in the opening game. He was denied a headed goal against Australia by a defender's block on the line with the keeper beaten. Arangis. Vargas. Arangis wanted advantage. It is a Chile free kick.
Lovely little layoff from Vargas there. He gives the foul, I think, for
Arangis. Handball, is it?
Handball, yeah.
He has gone Portugal's way.
Yeah.
Adrian Silva. Cedric Suarez. Down it goes Andre Silva. Andre Gomez keeps it alive. This is Bernardo Silva. Hara did enough and got the ball as Adrian Silva came in. Head injury. I think it's Andre Silva who's down.
Yeah, I think Isla just goes through the back of him and clashes heads there. He was on overload. He had two to pick up. There's Isla, look, just trying to get the ball, but he's clashed heads. It's nasty.
A bit of everything, Andre Silva. He's useful in the air. He's pacey, athletic, good technique, real prospect.
We see it again. Zahara's tackle high, just quite hit his arm. This is the one where he does well to win the ball. That could have easily been mistimed, and that would have been the penalty. But I got away with it. Good tackle in the end.
Chile want the ball given back here. Silva's okay. As you can see, they're just running along the dead ball line to come to the side of the field to return. Back on the field. Diaz. Hernandez. That's a lovely ball from Diaz. Space for Isla. Taken away by Bruno Alves. One back though by Aranguiz. Isla. Corner kick to Chile.
Isla's the get-out ball for Chile. You see Ronaldo going out there looking to cause them problems when they've got the ball, but he's not going to track back, and Isla's the get-out. He's spare all the time. There's a diagonal on. Well, it might take a couple of passes, but Portugal got to do something about that.
Aranguiz takes. It's Vargas! Oh, that was a good effort. Smart stop there. Rui Patricio had to have his wits about him. Spectacular effort from Vargas.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Brilliant. Look at his feet, left foot, right foot, and shrivels on it. Good save in the end at that near post, but that is real top striking.
Aranguiz back to Isla. Underway by William Carvalho. Andre Gomez finds Andre Silva. It'll come now to Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo stopped by Bravo. And tidied up by Vidal.
First time we've really seen Ronaldo in the penalty area. He just stays onside there. Decides to really just go on the outside and strike it. Not really picking anything out, but good hands from Bravo. Good strong hands. It's just starting to open up the game, isn't it? There's some chances at both ends, and you just feel both teams are prepared to go for it a little bit. Maybe the last 10 minutes they might look at the clock and tick it down, but I feel the game's still on at the moment.
Sanchez. Hernandez. I think he quite expected the pass, and Portugal will have the throw. Dramatic effort by Vargas at one end. A big chance for Ronaldo at the other. Still 0-0.
It's wonderful skill, isn't it? The first touch, not his ideal touch off his left foot, but shrivels on it. Fantastic forward play.
He scored the late second against Cameroon in their opening game. He's hit the woodwork twice here. He's had a goal ruled out very marginally by the video review. He had a strong penalty appeal that wasn't reviewed against Australia. He set up the equaliser against Australia. He's had quite a tournament, Eduardo Vargas. Scored 2 in a Copa America semi-final a couple of years back. Diaz. Hara to Bosajor. Hernandez, Sanchez, Bosajor. Sanchez goes to the other fullback, Isla. Always willing, always available. Vidal looking for Isla again. Well defended by Andre Gomez.
Yeah, I think he was a bit fortunate, Gomez, that the ball wasn't right. Vidal didn't have it in his feet right to play Isla in, because he let him go. He was in behind, but you just fear that Portugal now have got to tighten up a little bit. They're trying to press like they were first half, but you see they're getting there just a little bit late. Their pressing is not together, and there's openings and there's time on the ball for Chile to now slide it around.
The stats tell you there's little to choose between the teams. Chile see more of the ball. Sanchez. The run for Vidal. No foul for Adrian Silva. Here's Alexis Sanchez. Well blocked by Jose Font.
Wasn't it just? Great block. Super block there. Lovely little ball from Vidal again to him, but see the desire to block that ball there from Font.
Bernardo Silva to Cristiano Ronaldo. Andre Gomez. Charged down fairly by Gonzalo Jara. Arturo Vidal. Real urgency now. Vargas. Plenty of intent out there. Aranguiz. Vidal. Couldn't resist.
Wasn't bad, was it? He did have options. He could have gone wide to Isla, could have put it in the box, but he's deciding he's hitting this. Nice and positive. Just couldn't keep it down all the way, could it? But you just sense that this game is really opening up now. And for me, Chile look as if they've got the technique and the passing ability. Here's the one there that it's hit his hand, but for me, that's not a penalty.
It has to be deliberate. It's the referee's only major judgment in a handball call. Eliseu. Turned away pretty spectacularly by Medel. You've got a tight game like this. You've got players like Alexis Sanchez and Cristiano Ronaldo on the field. There's always a chance.
You've got to give them the ball. 63 minutes in, there's fatigue on the pitch. You give your best players the ball at this period of time. Get them in the last third, and they'll make the difference.
All-time leading goal scorers for their respective nations. Ronaldo's now in the top 10 international goal scorers of all time. Bernardo Silva. Eliseu. Vargas was looking at the referee and almost holding his breath and hoping. And this is Ronaldo territory.
He's just put his left arm round, isn't he? And Eliseu's just managed to, I'm going down, I'm going to get the free kick, but good work rate from Vargas there, getting back there for his team. He saw the danger. On the left-hand side, they had players open, and he got himself back in there really well. But unfortunately for Chile, he's given the free kick away.
He scored twice here already. He is actually the joint leading scorer in the tournament. 75 international goals. Only one European has ever scored more international goals, another Real Madrid legend, Ferenc Puskas. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know, you're giving the big build-up.
The dip just didn't come down. He hits it, doesn't he, with almost on the valve. So the ball goes up quickly. Look at Vidal. Look at the desire to stop that free kick from Vidal. But Ronaldo just didn't get it to come back down again, did he? You see there, Ronaldo caught on the edge of the D there on his own, and everyone's stretched, and it's so easy for Chile now to build up and come through the pitch. That's what they love doing, and that's the opportunity so they can get Sanchez on the ball to his feet.
This is one of the centre-backs, Hara, but he's given it away to William Carvalho. Here's Andre Silva. Aranguiz did enough. He knew exactly what he was doing there. A bit exposed.
And they're always playing catch-up there, Chile, weren't they? Once they give that ball away so easily, they couldn't get themselves back goal side and tried to make the tackle from there. You got no chance.
Free kick quickly taken. Bernardo Silva was free there momentarily. Now Diaz is down. It's gone the other way now.
Yeah, I think there's a... Well, Diaz has gone down. I don't know if he did get done like he's claiming, but it looked like he's gone for the ball. The referee out the corner of his eye saw it. He's just stood on his left foot, isn't he? I think the ball had gone by then, but it's right, it's a foul.
In many ways, he's Chile's most important player, Marcelo Diaz. He's the minder in front of the defence.
But he has been tonight because, you know, he's had to be disciplined in his defending, but also when you're playing against two up front and they're not really dropping in on him, he could run the show more in there. I think he's the spare man. Their midfield players have got to go back and close the gap between the back four and their midfield, and Diaz is really the one that should be on the ball all the time. He's always spare.
He's the reason we see the fullbacks get forward so much. Young things on the respective substitutes benches. There's Bernardo Silva. And kindly for Cedric Suarez, and that'll be a corner to Portugal off Hara. Worked short with Adrian Silva. Here's Bernardo Silva. Tossed in by Cedric Suarez. I'm not sure that was the best idea. Vidal away. Here's Bruno Alves.
The less said about that corner, the best, I think. That wasn't worked on the training ground, that's for sure.
I think Bruno Alves is 35 years of age now. I think when he's run all the length of the field for a ball played into the box against a small defence, I think he might have something to say about it. William Carvalho. Well read by Diaz. Isla towards Sanchez. This is Vargas. Unusually poor for him.
He was asking a lot of himself, wasn't he, to score from there? But you see Sanchez there turns not a very good ball into a decent ball and gets possession by just working hard, jumping early, putting the defender off. You feel that, you know, 69 minutes, 70 minutes, this is a real key moment. You know, the fatigue coming in. Fourth game in 10 or 11 games, days for these players, and it's now mentally strength, the fatigue levels, concentration levels. Is there going to be a mistake that might win this game?
I think it's fair to say Portugal have got more attacking options from the bench than their opponents. Sanchez. He's never quite had that under his spell. He's got it back, though. Sanchez with a cross. Here comes Vidal. Really good header by Cedric Suarez.
It was a really good header, but it was even more importantly, Clive, his positional play was spot on. Perfect positioning for that cross from Sanchez.
We've seen him linked with both Barcelona and Juventus in the gossip columns in the last few days, the Southampton right back. Good rumours to have. Given away by Aranguiz. Andre Gomez. Ronaldo. Chile are a little bit light here. This is Bernardo Silva. And Cristiano Ronaldo goes for goal. Deflected wide off Hara. Corner kick.
It was a brilliant break, wasn't it, from Portugal? Ends up with their talisman, Ronaldo, shooting on the edge of the box, but I don't know, what was it, 4, 5, 6 seconds, and they're in the edge of Chilean's box, and just the deflection might have nestled in that top corner, but that's how quick they can break and hit you.
Bernardo Silva takes, and towards Jose Font. They always find a way to clear.
And that's what they've done really well tonight so far, is there's been no free headers. From free kicks, from free play, and corners coming in. Even if they can't win the first, they're making sure that no Portuguese player's got a free header, and it's working well for them.
Great concentration and commitment from the Chilean defenders. Pablo Hernandez. Adel Tahara. Sanchez on the move. First change, and it's going to be Nani, who will be introduced by Fernando Santos. Eliseo. Cedric Suarez has tossed towards Andre Silva. It's come for Cristiano Ronaldo. Andre Silva feels he was caught by Isla. This is Bernardo Silva. How many Vidals are there on the pitch? Almost expecting to flight it down the field, and he'll be there heading it on somehow.
And his work rate has been phenomenal tonight, really has. He's defended, he's got back, he's hit the box, he's supported the front two. And excellent.
Andre Silva. He's this back there. Corner kick given.
He was looking for a tackle, he was looking for a leg to come out, I think there, Andre Silva, but Isla gets back, and it looks like some tired tackles going in there for both teams. If you can get in that penalty area faced up, sometimes just a little body swerve, just take it, you don't have to do much. Somebody will just make a poor tackle and feel like you might win it on a penalty.
Adrien Silva with the corner. Bravo punches, not the best. Andre Gomez. Bruno Alves. Font trying to get on the end of it. Another big challenge from Vidal.
He's also the cheerleader. Look, he's getting the crowd going as well.
So, first change of the night, 15 minutes left to play, and it's Andre Silva who comes off to make way for Nani. He's been playing his club football in Spain with Valencia, who had a season-long flirtation with relegation. There's talk of him moving on. I've seen him linked with Rangers and Celtic. Nani, Besiktas have got an interest in him. 30 now, former Manchester United winger. And he often plays right up front alongside Ronaldo for Portugal.
He's a great sub to bring on, isn't he? He's fresh, he's going to be sharp. Hasn't been overplayed in this tournament, so you've got to say again, give him the ball. Get the ball, let him run at people.
Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Cristiano Ronaldo, Romain over, and he was calling for it. Not the best cross.
Beautiful skill, chests it off, but he shows he is human. Overhit the cross. But, you feel that with Nani coming on, if he's going to play right up the top. Although he's gone on that left-hand side, Nani. So let's see if he is going to join Ronaldo up front, right down the centre, or has he been told to go out in that wide position up against Isla?
Here is Nani. Tackled by Diaz. Here is Isla. Sanchez. Vidal.
Sanchez going so deep there to get the ball in his play. You say you want him, look, he's absolutely fatigued. You want him to conserve his energy, get him out in that last third, in and around the penalty area. That's where you want him.
The second semi-final is the same time tomorrow from Sochi. You'll see it live here on ITV from 6:30, Germany versus Mexico. Kick-off at 7 o'clock, ITV. This from time to time, they just take a little breather, just a little time out, a couple of minutes, kick the ball. Coaches call it resting with the ball. Aliceo's header finds Nani. Diaz cuts it out. Sanchez changes gear when he's got it. Halted by Jose Font. This is Bernardo Silva feeding off Nani. Good recovery by Bosashaw.
Yeah, Bosashaw really good there. He read him, didn't he? He knew he was coming back on his left-hand side. And wins the ball for Chile and sets up another attack. But the build-up was slow. It was interesting there. They did win it when they did intercept in the middle there. Diaz played forward to Sanchez, and that was what they've got to do at certain times. This is nice and slow build-up, yeah, fine. But Portugal, look at all the red shirts back by now. Should be in a good defensive position, but every now and again when they win it, Chile, they can break quickly and feed Sanchez, and they need to look to do more of that.
Sanchez. Bernardo Silva finding Nani. Ronaldo. Across comes Medel with a well-timed challenge. Nani. Cedric Suarez clipped into Bernardo Silva, it teased him. Quaresma being readied by Portugal in the foreground. Talked about the young talent they have available to them. They brought on Nani and they're about to bring on Quaresma. Nani's 30 and Quaresma's 33. Carvalho. Ronaldo. Andre Gomez. Couldn't connect. Diaz to Sanchez. Early towards Vargas. It's an awkward one for Eliseo. Left back's done pretty well. He's done very well to win a free kick.
Yeah, he's done brilliant there, wasn't he? Just kept his head. He didn't panic. Just got his body across Vargas and allows him to foul him, really, at the end of the day. But very cool customer. That's where you saw Chile intercept 1-2 passes and then they're in behind Portugal. That's the balance they've got in their play. They can build it up slow, but they go quickly as well.
So Bernardo Silva makes way for the experience of Quaresma. He's in Turkey these days with Besiktas. This is Andre Gomez. And the whistle's gone. A hint of handball, maybe.
I think it was just the use of the arm, wasn't it? Just here. There you go.
You may recall that Wales were Portugal's semi-final victims last summer in Lyon. Cristiano Ronaldo's header soon after the restart was the decisive moment that night. The second came soon after, off Nani, really. Both teams have that experience of big tournament semis and finals recently. Cedric Suarez with a header away. Medel in towards Sanchez. And Cedric Suarez saw his responsibilities again.
Yeah, good positioning again. Goal side, making sure he's squeezing in, making sure there's no space between him and the centre-back. But the ball from Medel there, I just wonder whether Medel coming into that central position there, because he can pick passes like that. When he's at the back, he's only part of the build-up, but I don't know if Chile can get him further up the pitch a little bit at times, and he'll pick the pocket of defenders.
Eliseo, header away by Hara. Adrian Silva. Cedric Suarez with the cross into Ronaldo, not far away. Inviting cross, yeah, Ronaldo got up.
Look at Ronaldo just spinning out on Medel. Isla comes in and tries to close the gap, tries to sort of half foul him in many ways, but should have done better there, Ronaldo. But it's clever play. He goes on the diagonal to the ball. He knows he can outdo Medel, but again, no free headers. Medel did really well.
He actually touched Medel before it It touched Ronaldo's head. Eduardo Vargas makes way for Martin Rodriguez, who plays his club football in Mexico and who has made an impact from the bench in the last couple of games. But a close-range equaliser as a substitute against Australia at the weekend. Number 16, Martin Rodriguez. Aranguiz, Vidal, Sanchez. First involvement for the substitute, he just can't quite latch onto it.
Just a little bit too far in front of him. Alves just eased him out of the way, but cute little ball from Sanchez again through the legs of the defender.
Just to stress, if the game does go into extra time, the two coaches will be allowed an extra substitution. Chile have made 1, Portugal 2 so far. Four each in total. The game goes into extra time, which is looking increasingly likely. Portuguese throw. Pablo Hernandez in the wars. Many referees had a very calm air about him, control the ball well, the game well.
Adrian Silva there, winning the ball, good tackle, pointing it out to the referee, but a great club at the moment, up to now, he's been excellent, the referee.
Eliseo, Nani. Two coaches will be imposing some words of wisdom. The paths have crossed before Juan Antonio Pizzi, the Chilean coach, actually played under Fernando Santos. Rather brief, undistinguished spell when Fernando Santos was in charge of Porto. Ronaldo, Cedric Suarez just couldn't quite find the angle for that cross.
No, he had Ronaldo on the back post as well. It all set up nicely for him, but just couldn't wrap his foot round the ball to curl it back in towards Ronaldo. But he's had a really good defensive game, Cedric. You know, first and foremost, as a back four, you look at your defenders to defend first. Anything going forward is a bonus, but defensively he's been excellent for Portugal.
So didn't like the challenge very much from Vidal. It's only a throw-in. Andre Gomez. Bruno Alves to Cedric Suarez. Quaresma, first touch heavy, second touch of foul. Thanks for that. Coolly done by Aranguiz. Added minutes coming. 3 minutes to sort it. Well, we go on and on. Vidal to Vidal, it will run for Aranguiz. Vidal. Rodriguez. Challenged by Adrian Silva. Extra time that Portugal won that European final last summer. Eder, who got the famous goal against France, didn't even make the squad this time. Jose Fon, Cedric Suarez, Quaresma. Adrian Silva able to turn. Beat Cedric Suarez. Andre Gomez just couldn't quite catch up with it. And that ball runs for a goal kick.
You just see Isla there coming right across from full-back there to cover as a left-back in many ways, but really good defending, good awareness for him, and the defending from both teams hasn't been too bad tonight. They've always gotten good positions where you think both teams are really offensive looking. They've defended not too bad.
We said there'd be goals, didn't we?
Yeah. This could easily be a 2-2 at the moment, and we'll be saying, right, what a great game, because sometimes it's goals that you judge a football match on. But it could have been better, but there has been some good play and good chances created.
Goals ignite games, and this match, the blue touch papers remain unlit. Never quite sparked. Vidal to Diaz. A goalless 90 minutes means another 30 minutes on the way. The thoughts of Lee Dixon and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will follow the break. It's Portugal 0, Chile 0.
Last two Copa America finals on penalties, and Portugal last summer, 3 of their 4 knockout wins came as a result of extra time as well. When you were playing, Jimmy, are you too tired for tactics already, of that sort of highfalutin stuff? Is it now just try and stay strong mentally?
Well, you have to stay strong mentally, but this is about patience. This is about waiting for the right time, confidence, and that if it goes to penalties, that you can win it and that you will win it. But in extra time, you will get a chance. It is about waiting for that chance.
OK, let's rejoin Glenn and Clive. And remember, you can have a 4th sub as well.
Chile won those 2 tournaments, their last 2 tournaments, the Copa America in Chile 2 years ago, then the Centenary Copa in the USA last summer. Won both finals without scoring a goal until the penalty shootout. One was enough for Portugal in Paris last summer. France hit the woodwork in the last 5 minutes of normal time that night. So still 2 substitutions available to Portugal and 3 to Chile. Nani. Bruno Alves to Eliseu. He's been under the weather during the week, the standing left back, but he's acquitted himself pretty well tonight. Ronaldo to Quaresma. Driven in towards Ronaldo, turned away by Diaz. Andre Gomez, wild.
You just see Diaz there, just popping in between the two centre-backs to cover Ronaldo, and it's come to Gomez again. Look, he just hasn't got his, he hasn't had his finishing boots on today, has he? Just off balance a little bit, but it was good defending from Diaz. You know, he slipped back in there from midfield. He had to be in that position there because the two centre-backs were split far and wide.
24th cap, and he still hasn't scored for Portugal, Andre Gomez. I think those shooting boots are still in the post. Playing a bit more centrally, as you can see now, Andre Gomez with Quaresma here and Nani wide.
Quaresma and Nani have gone on the wide berth, and that's allowing Ronaldo now to just play down the centre. Probably when they're fatigued, they can pick up, they've got fresh legs, the two subs, they can pick up the fullbacks when they go.
Quaresma's cross. Claudio Bravo has one of those moments.
Well, it was a great cross in. I think he caught his teammates unaware. I don't think they expected it. Outside of his right foot, he's whipped in there beautifully. You're on the end of that. You're on the end of a goal. That is the key when you're playing extra time, of course, is your subs, they're fresh, but are they game changers? Are they going to make the difference? And you just feel the two that Portugal have brought on might just make that difference.
Chase that. Watched very carefully by Hara, cleared by Medel. William Carvalho. Cedric Suarez. Quaresma. Andre Gomez. Slipped his man this time. Cedric Suarez. Quaresma. So passing wasn't accurate enough, the move lost its momentum.
That man again, Vidal, back in a deep position, pressing, just nicking the ball, putting the Portuguese player under pressure. Now he's back on the ball deep. He has been everywhere tonight.
Diaz to Sanchez. Here's Isla. Oh, it's that headed chance just wide by Sanchez. He was in space, they didn't pick him up. He had to really grow to get above it and guide the header.
It's great play, isn't it? Sanchez finds Isla, but he gets in the box. He doesn't admire his pass. It's a lovely little cutback cross from Isla. He's picked him out lovely, and look at that. There, it's in the back of the net. You think it's going inside the post, but it's the spin of the ball off Sanchez's head. It just goes wide, but a fantastic piece of play there. Sanchez plays that ball and gets himself in the box again. He's got the energy still.
It was in this stadium that he scored his record-breaking goal against Germany last week. Almost toe-bunged that one in, scuffed it in. It was a crisp header, just flew wide. Still he goes on. And taken out pretty unceremoniously by Jose Font. Yellow card for the West Ham defender.
Well, it's wonderful play from Sanchez, but it's clever play as well. You'll see it in a minute. A little back flick, lovely bit of skill, and he draws the foul as well.
I don't think West Ham have seen the best of Jose Font since his move in January.
And there's the flick. Look at the eyes, look at the desire, and there's Font's arm goes right across him. You're not getting that, son, but that's just too good a play for him. See now, Chile do want to stretch the pitch. They do want to play out a little bit from the back here, and they're going to prepare to play. Portugal's still trying to press them. They're going over the top there, and there should be spare men. The ball's kept in, and it hasn't been, but that's down to the goalkeeper.
It's not his fault, though, apparently.
The way the game's going, I think as a young kid, when you're being released from a club, I think before you're being released, I'm sure clubs are going to start giving outfield players a chance to show whether they're any good in goal before they release them, because the use of their feet, they're having to be like an outfield player, and it's a big part of the game now.
Bruno Alves finding Cristiano Ronaldo, Nani, Andre Gomez, William Carvalho, Cedric Suarez, Ricardo Quaresma. Right, a challenge from Sanchez this time, and wins a corner.
This is where you want your leadership when the team are fatigued. You need someone to step up and organise and keep everyone on their toes. Concentration level has to stay high.
Quaresma with the corner in towards Jose Font. Bruno Alves keeps it alive for Ronaldo. Guess who made the challenge?
He read it as well, didn't he? He wasn't going to let him get turned and run at him. He closed him down, head up the ground really quick, and made sure he got his tackle in first.
Everybody back to their stations. The centre-backs are in there. Quaresma takes. Bravo helps it on its way. Bruno Alves. All the Portuguese corners safely negotiated by the diminutive Chile defence.
So far, so good. This time it's the keeper that's come. He's got under it a little bit, but it's the right thing to do. Just flap it away wide, away from the danger zone. Good keeping.
Manchester City have spent £35 million on the young Benfica goalkeeper, Ederson. Bravo has said that he wants to stay and fight for his place. The best of passes that by Nani. Diaz, Vidal, Pablo Hernandez, Aranguiz. Crossed in towards Vidal, the header's on target.
It was a brave effort, wasn't it? But Font, man for man there up against his Vidal there, making sure he doesn't get a free header.
Andre Gomez. Nani. Deflected off Vidal. Little bursts of activity when players just risk a little bit more, give a little bit more in search of a breakthrough, and then another lull, inevitably. And another very experienced Portuguese substitute coming on, João Moutinho. Goes Adrian Silva. It's a straight swap in the centre of midfield. But Gelson Martins is very exciting, pacey winger. Even the young fullback in the squad, Nelson Semedo's got real pace out wide. Still one more change they can make.
Portugal have definitely got the subs that are offensive. They could win the game for them.
Pablo Hernandez. Alexis Sanchez against Jose Font. The touchline wins. Portuguese coach Fernando Santos was criticised in some quarters for not using the tournament to blood some younger players, but he really trusts this proven group, this European champion group, and again he's gone with the men he knows best in making his changes.
Well, obviously he thinks this is going to be his starting team, you know, next year in the World Cup, and that's what. Why would you bring these youngsters in when he knows this squad that he's got here is the one that is going to go into the finals? Of course, they've got to qualify.
Yeah, they're still second in their group behind Switzerland. They've still got to come to Portugal. Nani. Tackled by William Carvalho. João Moutinho to Nani. And away by Medel. Nani to Cedric Suarez. Vidal away. Andre Gomez. Ronaldo's there. Terrific defending though by Aranguiz. Very assertive.
All-round great defending again. Vidal back in his own penalty area yet again. But when you get into that extra time, I think, you know, this is the semi-chance. Gomez is trying to find Ronaldo, but well read there from Ronaldo.
Quaresma. Trying to get it in towards Nani. He's blocked off a bit by Bosajor.
But this is the period of time, in extra time, when there's tiredness on the pitch, where for me, the weight of pass, the little things are the big things. In extra time, if the ball's just played behind people, if you want to make the difference and be patient, everything like that has got to be spot on, but you're fighting it with your mind and fatigueness in your body. It's the players and the teams that just take care over the weight of pass.
Well, the legs won't quite do what you tell them to. And you're in the 105th minute. Of your fourth game in 10 days at the tournament. Vidal. Bosajor. Sanchez. Bosajor goes on, added time to the extra time. William Carvalho. Hardly a considered back pass, was it? So Rui Patricio can gather. Nani. By Diaz. Pablo Hernandez. Alexis Sanchez. He's fallen pretty kindly here for Aranguiz, and then he's fallen unkindly. We've had one more big chance. Still no goals Big chance that fell to Alexis Sanchez, but it's still Portugal 0, Chile 0.
Well, we've got two men in the studio, both took penalties. Are you already at this stage, even with 15 minutes to go, are you starting to think about your penalty, Jimmy, where you're going to put it, what the goalkeeper might do? Are you already thinking that far ahead?
As a player, not. As a manager, yes. As a player, you wouldn't think about you still got another 15 minutes. You still might be able to score yourself in them 15 minutes. But as a manager, you're thinking at the 15 minutes, but also after that, if it is penalties, do I need to make a substitution for another penalty taker to come on in the last minute, X, Y, Z, you know?
See, I'm thinking differently, because I used to take the penalties, and I'm a full-back, so I'm not going to win the game, but I can lose the game. So straight from the start of the extra time, I'm thinking, don't give anything away, don't make a mistake. I could be a hero here, because if it goes to extra time, right to the end, and penalties, then I'm in here. I can take my penalty and be a hero. So perhaps slightly different than Jimmy. I'm thinking straight from the. No, but let's keep 0-0.
Actually, the same. It's actually the same, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make sure you keep it tight, and not give nothing away. I'm thinking, I can finish this in 15 minutes for us, and he's going to keep it tight at the back.
Be interested to see any other substitutions with the actual penalties in mind, because you thought the Moutinho might have been one of them, actually. As we rejoin Glenn and Clive.
15 minutes away from a penalty shootout. And here's Cedric Suarez of Southampton. Quaresma. Close to short. No foul, apparently.
That's the other key thing, that when you go into the second part of extra time and there's been some yellow cards banished around, the manager's going to be thinking who's on a double yellow, and if they go down to 10 men, that would be disastrous. So you've got to think like that as well as a manager, as well as, you know, what's going to happen in those 15 minutes, how you're going to deal with the penalty takers, the yellow cards there. They're all saying there straight away Sanchez was at the referee. Font, who I think has been booked, you know, looking for that second yellow.
Yep. Close to short. Here's a free kick. Bravo did save a penalty in each of those Copa America final shootouts. Messi missed one against him in one of them. William Carvalho, João Moutinho, Cedric Suarez.
They're the little things I'm talking about, the little weight of passes. Cedric's really fatigued. He's been on from the start. Quaresma comes on, he's a bit more lively, he wants it on a plate, and simple little things like that just let you down.
Quaresma. Chile a bit stretched here. It's a good header though by Isla. João Moutinho, Andre Gomez, William Carvalho, Eliseo. Ronaldo wanted that down the side. Eliseo was taken late. The referee not interested. Didn't see anything wrong with that.
Just dinks it there to Ronaldo. I think, yeah, so it's taking him out of the game. It's a foul. Easily just goes to ground too easily. It was whether the referee was going to play on. The ball went to Ronaldo, and I think that was where the mix-up was. But that, for me, was a foul.
When you're ready. Ronaldo's letting it bounce. And so thumping it away. See far more of those kinds of clearance now. Nobody wants to make an error. Lead with his forearm there. Pablo Hernandez felt it. Free kick's been given in Chile's favour. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he's saying he's led with his elbow. If he has, he's lucky just to get the yellow. Let's see it in replay. But if the referee's seen that, he thinks he's actually led with his elbow, then he's got away with it. Hernandez is backing in. Look.
It was an orange, wasn't it? Wasn't a pretty challenge. Certainly a yellow card. Certainly a free kick.
It was a horrible one for Hernandez. He had to jump for it, but he knew he was going to get clattered.
Isla. Cross from Aranguiz. Eliseo away. Isla. Aranguiz. Well, Francisco Silva is a midfield holder, really. He has taken and scored the winning penalty in one of those Copa America final shootouts, so this may be a move being made with that in mind. Pablo Hernandez of Celta Vigo is coming off.
I think it might be tactically both things. I think you might want to go in there and just tighten it up a little bit in the last 10 minutes of the extra time here, but also if he's a penalty taker as well, so he's going to cover both things really.
He got the decisive penalty in the shootout last year. Sanchez. Silva arriving, going down, looking for a penalty. Goal kick. It's always a little confusing when the referee points like that, because the edge of the 6-yard box isn't far from the penalty spot. But he didn't see a foul.
It was a lovely little pass from Sanchez, and there's it's a penalty. There he is with the touch of the ball. There's the connection. Look at Font's face as well as he does it. His face
is there going to be a review here, Glenn? Because
well, it should be.
There are two added officials sitting in the video review who have now seen what we've seen, and why are they not advising the referee to reconsider?
Wow. Well, it just makes a farce of what we're trying to achieve in this game. And move the game on. That is a classic example where video referees can make the decision for him to recommend, because we've seen the contact.
And Jose Font made no contact with the ball.
Well, his face said it all, Clive. If you see that again, as he makes the tackle, the contact, he actually winces.
Cedric Suarez. Bravo's come for it, and just about got something on it. Nani. Might fall here for Jose Font. It would have been ironic if he'd have scored. Diaz. Alexis Sanchez. It's a cynical foul by Cedric Suarez. Obvious yellow card.
Yeah, cynical but professional as well. He knew exactly what he was doing. It was a lazy tackle. His back leg stuck out. He knew he was going to bring him down because the Chile players, he saw white shirts running from all distances to join up with Sanchez. There it is. There's the lazy tackle. There he knows he's going to bring him down. And now look, all the red shirts behind the ball.
Rafshav Urmatov of Uzbekistan and Abdullah Al-Shalwai of Saudi Arabia are the two video officials.
They need to go to Specsavers, I think.
Hara. We're going to see young Gelson Martins. Vidal going down under the weight of Andre Gomez's challenge. Vidal still down. Here's Isla. Run away from Aranguiz. Eliseo back to his keeper. Looks to be in real discomfort here, Vidal. Wow. It's a bad one from Andre Gomez.
Yeah, he's gone down the back of the Achilles and the ankle. It's a nasty one, it really is.
Going to get him off here, Portugal. It's Andre Gomez's last contribution. Gelson Martins is 22 years of age, Sporting Lisbon winger who's been strongly linked with both Liverpool and Manchester United, Real Madrid.
He's certainly pacey and he's direct, isn't he? Will he have enough ball before we go into penalties to contribute?
That's good to see Vidal back on his feet. Sanchez crying out to be hit. Hit the back of Bruno Alves. Chile throw. Chile had those two Copa America final successes, but they did go out of the last World Cup finals on penalties to Brazil in Belo Horizonte. Bringing down William Carvalho.
Yeah, that's fatigue, isn't it? Look, he's just mistimed it. Lovely play from Ronaldo to bring his teammate William into play, but Vidal just playing a little bit deeper now in this last half an hour of the extra time. You know, they've made him play back in there and play deep. They've got to hang on to maybe not losing the game.
Vidal took a critical penalty for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid in the Champions League in April and blasted it skywards over the crossbar in the first leg. Sanchez. Crossed in towards Silva. Pulled back to Vidal! Hits the post! Rodriguez hits the bar! Chile inches away from settling it. Arturo Vidal looks to the heavens and says, what have I done to deserve that?
Oh dear, what a strike from Vidal. It comes back and Rodriguez is turning away. He thinks he's done enough, but look at the slice on the ball, the spin, it's come back. Rodriguez just sticks his legs, very lazy, hasn't worked hard enough to keep over the ball. In saying that, that hits the bar. And you think, well, is it going to be Portugal's day?
Chile, who should have had a penalty, have now hit the woodwork twice. Here's Alexis Sanchez! Deflected wide, corner kick, only a corner. Whoa! You can see the frustration.
Yeah, I think he knows it's on its way, but it's a great bit of defending from Font.
Portugal on the ropes here. Gary Medel, the 5'7" centre-back, has come forward for the corner. Rodriguez was unlucky there. He reacted so quickly. Well, Isla, who actually has put in I don't know how many yards down that far side, is going to come off now. Fuenzalida is a winger. In that sense, it's a progressive move, but with so little time remaining, one assumes he's also a penalty taker.
Clive, you're right. You'd have thought he's going to be one of those that's going to take the penalty, but we'll wait and see.
Chile have a corner to try to make all that unnecessary. Aranguiz takes towards Vidal. Turned away by Nani. Only one added minute. Aranguiz won't catch that.
This is the strike from Vidal. It's just, he didn't catch it right, did he? But Rodriguez just got to work harder for me to get over that ball. Come above him and hit the bar. Look at the desire that Sanchez and the work rate that they've all put in. They believe they should have won it.
Yeah, desire and injustice.
Well, I think the injustice is the penalty decision. You know, if you hit the bar on the post, well, put it inside the post. That's not luck, in my opinion.
Well, it looks like Chile are trying to make another change, which is going to come too late. The penalty shootout is going to happen without Leonardo Valencia. The penalty shootout you're going to see live in just a moment, because after 2 hours of football, it's Portugal 0, Chile 0.
That makes me believe that it is Portugal's night, you know, unfortunately. But
they should have had a penalty.
They should have had a penalty, but they showed also the more energy in the last 15 minutes. This for me, stone cold penalty.
Font, so that's just Font look at Font. Silva.
Just look at Font. He knows straight away. Foot goes in
Players
on the ankle
straight away.
And he puts his arms up. He thinks it's going to be given. And Fagani, the referee, says no. He doesn't even ask for a VAR.
Well, that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand.
If people are just watching for the first time in the Confed Cup, so they haven't seen VAR, video assistant referee, and how it works, only the referee can initiate a review, but the other officials can recommend it. And because we're not able to obviously hear their conversations like you can in rugby union, rugby league and cricket, we don't know. We assume clearly he didn't ask for a review. It looks blatantly obvious the referee didn't ask for a review, but we don't know whether the other officials said anything like, you might want to have a look at this.
Well, that's exactly what they should. That's what it's there for. And if the referee hasn't got a good view of that, which I don't think he had, then they should be saying upstairs, he's made contact, have a look at it, ref.
But then why is he not giving that player a yellow card? If he thinks that it is not a penalty, then he must have dived. So why is he not giving the player a yellow card?
But when we saw it, you could see that he was in no position to make the decision, which is fair enough. He's not always going to be able to see it.
Then he needs to ask.
That's what he's there for.
Well, it's strange when in the run-up to the World Cup, and it's a bit of a dress rehearsal. We had one in the first game involved with Russia, where it was an obvious penalty not given. It seems strange that as we're road testing VAR, that they haven't asked for it in a critical moment of this semi-final. We'll be talking much, much more about VAR as the days roll into months and roll into years, I promise you that. Anyway, time for the penalties then. Glenn and Clive. Clive's got his grid at the ready.
There has been another FIFA proposal based on the schedule for tennis tie breaks to change the penalty shootout There's a feeling there's an undue advantage to the team that goes first. And the proposal is for Team 1 to take penalty 1, and then Team 2 to take penalties 2 and 3, and then Team 1 to take 4 and 5, and so on. But this is an old-fashioned shootout that's not being trialled here. And Arturo Vidal, who made a right mess of that penalty for Bayern Munich against Real Madrid in the Champions League, is going to take the first one. Smash. Didn't make a mess of that. Chile lead by 1-0.
Really positive look. The run-up was positive. The strike was positive, and certainly the celebration was as well. Look at that. He's been fantastic tonight. He really has. But that's important. If you go first, you score that first one. You put the pressure on.
Just to reiterate, Chile did try to make another substitution immediately before the final whistle. They tried to bring on Leonardo Valencia, but they couldn't get him on in time. One of the Portuguese substitutes, Ricardo Quaresma, is going to take their first penalty. And saved by Bravo.
That's a good save. I think he might have just moved slightly. He comes out and takes one step. There he goes. And then he decides to go the right way, and he makes a good save. It's a good height for the goalkeeper, though.
There's an argument for having video review of that.
Yes, again, that's the rules. Why don't we go that way? But, you know, that one step too early, then it really should be dragged back again. But it's a good save.
Bravo, who made a penalty save in each of the Copa America final shootouts, which Chile have won in the last 2 years. Quaresma is consoled. Aranguiz is next for Chile. And it's 2-0 now to Chile. Charles Aranguiz.
Yeah, they've done there, but it's sort of down the middle, isn't it? It's not quite down the middle, but now the pressure is on. This is the key penalty. If you're 2-0 down and you miss this, wow, that is pressure on Portugal.
Another substitute, João Moutinho. He's a set-piece man. He's a great taker of free kicks for Portugal, but this is a different skill. Claudio Bravo will now be fancying his chances. One might know in the back of his mind he can move. João Moutinho, and Bravo saves again. 2 poor penalties, 2 good saves.
Well, it's identical, isn't it? The same height, same side. He takes a step forward and then dives. Look, there's the right foot, and he pushes off that right foot, and it's an identical save. And the pressure now is right on Portugal, and whoever's coming up to take this, Sanchez now.
He won one of those Copa America final shootouts with the most audacious chip down the middle, Alexis Sanchez. But if he scores here, Portugal have no room for manoeuvre at all. Alexis Sanchez. 3-0 to Chile.
A good penalty, great penalty. It's all about the mental state, really, your calmness and that real belief, positivity that you're going to score. And he's well, similar to Vidal, isn't it? He showed body shape goes, I'm going to the goalie's left, now I'll whip it back the other way.
Now, do they save Ronaldo for the end, or do they bring him forward now? Because they've got to score. They can't miss another penalty. It's going to be Nani. It may well be that Portugal are going to play a shootout in which their main man never gets to take a penalty. Nani has simply got to score. Save number 3 from Claudio Bravo. It's Chile who go to St. Petersburg for the final. 3 Portuguese penalties, all saved by Claudio Bravo. The captain has led by example here, and Juan Antonio Pizzi's team are through to another major final. Vidal, Aranguiz and Sanchez all scored. Quaresma, Moutinho and Nani were all foiled. And Claudio Bravo, who hasn't had the greatest year, let's face it, some real ups and downs with Manchester City. Dropped in January and maybe replaced during the summer with the incoming Ederson. Is a international hero tonight. 3 penalty saves take Chile deservedly through to the final.
Don't say it's just the Confed Cup. Look at the way they're celebrating. Claudio Bravo, if you're a Man City fan, you're thinking, probably made more saves in 5 minutes than he's seen him make in months, but he was brilliant tonight.
Brilliant. 3 great saves. Very calm, very assured. You know, yeah, well done. But also Vidal, what a penalty. Yeah. And you see at him now how he's celebrating. What a player.
I don't want to take anything away from Bravo because the 3, but possibly 3 of the worst penalties I've